Gentlemen, I would like to introduce our MC for the evening. Many of you hear her every morning on the radio. She has an award-winning news show. Yes. She has received proclamations from government officials. She graduated from San Jose State. Any San Jose State alum? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce and thank her for being here this evening and being our MC. Please welcome from K-Bay Radio 94.5, Lisa Chrysler.
You're all very kind. And I do have an award. And it's not any award, it's a Mark Twain Award. Now, I won it in 1988, but an award is an award. And if you ever listen to Sam and Lisa, we make hay out of that award. Thank you all for having me. This is like the biggest group. Is all of Gilroy here tonight? And I have a feeling some people from Morgan Hill snuck in. Some people from Morgan Hill sneak in. They always do. They always do. And if you go to Morgan Hill, Gilroy people sneak in. That's just the way it is. I lived in Morgan Hill for about 7 years, the most 7 wonderful years of my life. I spend a lot of time in Gilroy. I love your outlets. In fact, this may be a dress from one of them, who knows. But anyway, I love Gilroy. It's a wonderful place. You have wonderful schools, you have wonderful people, and you have wonderful businesses. So thank you all for being here tonight. I gotta tell you, and I know we have a tight program, however, that never stopped me before. I was so glad that Mark asked me to this, because you know what I did today? Well, it was raining, but not really raining. You know, it was supposed to be this big Pineapple Express, but I think the North Bay got most of it. So I decided, my son-in-law hooked up Netflix in my house, and it's on my TV. I have this little contraption, it's on my TV, and I've always wanted to watch, is it called Orange is the New Black? Do I have that right? So the new season is starting, right? So I have to watch 13 episodes. So I did binge TV today, and it was like, oh my God, get me out of here. So thank you so much for having me tonight, because I could not watch another episode. It was like I was becoming a prisoner. It was not good. So anyway, thank you so much. Anyway, we're gonna have fun tonight. We have some very special people to honor and applaud and celebrate all of you, in fact, for just being part of the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce. But this is a big deal. It's the 61st annual. I think last year was probably bigger. 60s are always bigger than 61st. But it is the 61st annual installation of Board of Directors and Officers and the 2014 Spice of Life Award Dinner. Who came up with that name? Spice of Life? I didn't know they did that in Gilroy. That to me is like a Los Gatos thing, Spice of Life. But anyway, I love it, and it's to our people, our community, our businesses, and it doesn't get any better than that. So we have a lot of people who are important tonight. You're all important, believe me. Believe me, you're all important. Especially if you listen to K-Bay Radio, you're even better than important. But we do have people we want to acknowledge tonight, and I looked at this list, I said, oh my goodness, I know so many of these people. Pinnacle Bank, our reception sponsor. What a fabulous community bank that is. Susan Black, President, CEO, where are you? Where's Susan? Oh, I know, you gotta stand up, Susan. Pull that chair out and stand up. Susan Black. Thank you so much. Pinnacle Bank is all over the place. I do so many of events, and Pinnacle Bank is always mentioned. What a community leader right there. Thank you so much. And are you giving out money? No? Samples. So we get a penny. Okay, just asking, you never know. Our champagne sponsor, Fortino Winery. Who's here from Fortino Winery? I love the Fortino family. And they make absolutely wonderful champagne. And I mean, what does this say about me? I walk in Fortino Winery and Solis Winery, one of my favorite wineries. I mean, I am a wino. Where's Solis Winery? Anybody here from Solis? Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you, wonderful. And of course, the San Juan Oaks Golf Club. A wonderful dinner tonight. My prime rib was excellent. Great service, thank you so much. Our video sponsor, Community Media Access Program, CMAP. We got somebody here from, there we go, right there. Hi, how are you? Okay. Our photographer, Larry Mickards. Where's Larry? There he is. And if there's broccoli in my teeth, I don't want to know about it. Graphic design sponsor, InfoPower Communications. There you are. Wonderful job tonight, thank you. And Expression Floral and Events. Are these not beautiful centerpieces? Thank you so much, Expression Floral and Events. So we have like a room full of dignitaries, and when I say that, I mean all of you are dignitaries tonight, but we do have a few people, if we don't say their name, they'll get upset. So we're gonna say them. Mike Wasserman. This man goes to more places than I do. Santa Clara County Supervisor and actually President of the Board of Supervisors is here, and his lovely wife, Kim. I think Kim is much better than Mike, but there they are. They travel as a pair. Wonderful man right there. Mayor Don Gage, where is Don? I thought I saw you way back there. There you are, and your wonderful wife as well. Oh my goodness. Don and I go back years and years and years. He goes back more years, but we go back many more years. Councilmember Perry Woodward, right down there at my table over there. Thank you, Perry, for coming. Congressman Sam Farr sent Alice Agago. Where's Alec? Alec. There he is. We'd rather have you than Sam. Thank you. Tell him he made a good choice tonight. City Manager Tom Haglund. Tom, where are you, Tom? Gilroy, is he here? Is he managing the city right now? He's over there someplace? Where do we go? He's someplace. Tom, thank you for being here tonight. School board trustee. You know, if it weren't radio, I'd be a school teacher. I have such a passion for education. Where's James Pace? James, thank you for making Gilroy schools so terrific. Are you leaving us? Is that Jim right over here? Okay. Wrong time to stand up. There you go, Jim. Another school board trustee, Jaime Rosso. Where's Jaime? Thank you, Jaime. You know, getting our future leaders of America ready for us. The president and CEO of the Gilroy Economic Development Corporation, Tammy Brownlow. Where's Tammy? Thank you, Tammy. These wonderful people at my table, I never got to meet them. The executive director of the Gilroy Welcome Center, which I've walked by many times at the outlets, Jane Howard. Where's Jane? And can you smell it already? The Garlic Festival Association, the executive, Brian Bowe. Where's Brian? Always on my birthday weekend. Thank you, Brian. And Gilroy Unified School District Superintendent, Deborah Flores. Deborah, where are you? There you are, way back there. Again, you have wonderful schools in Gilroy. You should be very proud of what you're doing. So we have the Spice of Life recipients, and I'm just going to give you their names, but you're going to meet them in a minute. Our Man of the Year, 2014 Man of the Year, Don DiLorenzo. I know, pretty big, huh? Boy, you got a lot of relatives. Wow. Big cheering section. And our Woman of the Year, Susan Valenta. Where is Susan? Hey, is Susan standing up or you're just short? Stand up, Susan. There you go. These are big awards. I want to see your faces. The Large Business of the Year, Pinnacle Bank. One of my favorite nonprofits, Nonprofit of the Year, Community Solutions. Oh, Aaron, stand up for a second. Not going, stand up for a second. The Educator of the Year, Joanne Carollo. Where's Joanne? Wow. I love that. I love that one. Our Volunteers of the Year, the Furman B. Voorhees Volunteers of the Year. Kailai. Where's Kailai? I thought that was you when I saw the flower on your lapel. And Lisa Faria. All my Facebook friends are being honored tonight. This is great. I love it. And our Youth Leadership Award, Paul Fox. Where's Paul? All right, let's bring up a couple people. We've got Gilroy Chamber of Commerce Chair of the Board, Debbie Sanchez. from this year, last year's chair of the board, Eric Gebhardt. Come on up to the podium, and I'm going to sit down for a while. Thank you all for listening and being such a great audience. Give yourself a round of applause.
Thank you, Lisa. Just so you know, my alarm is set to 94.5 in the morning. So I do wake up to, is it waka waka waka? There we go. Anyway, I want to welcome everyone to the 2014 Spice of Life Awards. It's my second year up here. I'm now the past president. 2013 was another successful year for the Chamber of Commerce. We're 620 members and still growing. I can tell you this, especially the last few months, Sue Thurman has done a great job with expanding our membership, and it's really heading in the right direction. So thank you, Sue Thurman. The Gilroy Garlic Festival was another very successful fundraiser this year. I spent a lot of time out there, more than I ever have in the past, because I'm in the hotel industry and it's a very busy time for me. So I got to spend 3 days out there, and for the first time really got to understand the volunteer efforts that everybody gives, and it is just amazing after the third day on how exhausted you are when you have to get up to go to work on that Monday and going, are you kidding me? These guys do this every year for the last 20 years. So there's a lot of people in this room that I know volunteer, so thank you very much from the Chamber of Commerce and for myself for this past year. ...2013 was also a year of transition. We lost, I'll say lost, she's still here with us, but the retirement of Susan Valenta. Susan, and just so you know, I want to make it clear that I was not the one who sent Susan into retirement, so she was thinking about this before I started, so that was not my doing. And with Susan now retired, we brought on Mark Turner, who is now going to lead us into the future, and we're looking forward to some great things from Mark. I also want to personally thank the office staff. I mentioned Sue Thurman earlier, but Michelle, Rosie, Chris, Sue again, Candace at the office. Those guys are really the heart and soul behind the chamber, so thank you for those guys. I think the one main accomplishment was people understand now what hotel time is at the chamber, and when I say hotel time, meaning that always 15 minutes late. So whenever a meeting starts, you can guarantee Eric was going to be 15 minutes late because of hotel obligations. I also want to thank my girlfriend who's here tonight for putting up for me this year. It was a busy year with a lot of duties, and I think she broke up with me a few times. I just never got the message till a few days later, so thank you, Corey. Well, enough from me. I think there's a new person here that is going to be taking over for me, and I know she's going to be a phenomenal leader this year. I've known Debbie for about 10 years. I can tell you that the dedication and the passion that she has for anything she does. So I can tell you that the chamber is going to be in very good shape going forward. So I want to say thank you to everybody and everyone that's put up with me this year. And Ms. Sanchez, I pass the gavel to you.
Eric, on behalf of the Chamber Board, it is my honor to acknowledge your service as Board Chair for 2013. Your professionalism and leadership helped strengthen the Board and guide us smoothly through a transitional year. I've learned a lot from you, but I do have one regret. The time that I was forced to watch you and my husband line dance at City Hall. Scarred me for life. But seriously, thank you for your leadership, dedication, and service to the board. Okay, so to move forward, I am looking forward to a great 2014 with our new CEO, Mark Turner. We are having some exciting goals to help our member businesses grow and reach our community. I am honored to be working alongside a great team of business professionals who share the commitment to make our community a better place. I would like to thank my boss, Gino Fortino, for allowing me the flexibility to serve this great organization. And I want to thank my husband, Mike Sanchez, for always supporting everything I do, because I jump head in first and he just has to follow. So thank you, babe. I appreciate it. I also would like to recognize the special group of people who work hard behind the scenes. They keep the chamber moving smoothly. These are the ladies that run the chamber office on the day-to-day. Sue Thurman, Michelle Garcia, Rosie Vogel, Chris Belvalaka, and Candace Van Steinbeck. So now, this is a time where I would like to introduce to you my Super Board of 2014. My past chair of the Board of Directors, and the Vice Chair of Public Affairs, Eric Gebhardt from Hilton Garden Inn. My Chair-elect of the Board and Vice Chair of Marketing and Communication, Lisa Faria Coldwell Banker. Secretary and Treasurer, Dr. Dave Mutuzak. Vice Chair of Operations and Finance, Jan Peet, McDonald's of Gilroy. Vice Chair of Business Programs and Services, Jay Machaca, Machaca Law. Bridget Nichols, Union Bank. Lloyd Lowry, Nolan, Hammerly, Etteen, and Haas. Gina Lopez, State Farm Insurance. Cheryl Ellenberg, ABD Promotions, Gilroy Promotional Products. Terry Feinberg, Moxie Marketing. Pamela Garcia, Affordable Solar Roofing. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the 2014 Gilroy Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors.
Thanks, Debbie. One of the things that we did lose this year was I did have a few members whose terms have now expired. So I want to recognize a few past now members of the board. If you would please come up, and I'd like to give you a little something as a token of appreciation for your years of service. Shar Marazzo. I always pronounce that name wrong first. Shar is with the Gilroy Dispatch. She was the board member and the vice chair of business programs, and she served from 2008 until 2013. Thank you, Shar. Next is our former police chief here at Gilroy, is Greg Giusiana. Greg served on the board from 2008 to 2013 and was also the chairman of the board in 2010 and the vice chair of marketing and communications. Thanks, Greg. And last but not least, the man behind the man who I filled his shoes this year, Eric Howard of Bruce's Tires. He was the 2012 chairman of the board and served on the board from 2010 to 2013.
That's all I get.
Thank you guys for your years of service.
Okay, let's do the Spice of Life Awards. Let's get down to business. And again, thank you all for being such good listeners. We got some important people coming up, some very important awards coming up. I hope you all took a second to look when you came in. There was a table with all sorts of proclamations from federal, state, regional, and local agencies that have been given to our award winners. Mike, did you do one for the award winner? I know. If you ever need a proclamation, this man will write one for you. I don't have one from you, though. I don't have one from Chuck Reed. I need one from you. All right. So you know what? When you're leaving tonight, take a peek. They really are outstanding awards. And to see the names, and they look all official. So take a look at those when you go out tonight. So this is a big deal. These are the 2014 Spice of Life Awards. And these are the cream of the crop. These are outstanding people, outstanding businesses. And they make your city tick. You would not have such a fine city without these people. They've all made a big difference in the community of Gilroy. So you're going to see a little video presentation on everybody, and you're going to notice that there's a common thread that goes through every single one of these life stories. Every single recipient has been an integral part of Gilroy for years, not just this year. They have been mainstays of Gilroy. And throughout that time, they have each enhanced the lives of others, whether it was providing jobs, making capital investments in the community, educating our young people, or volunteering. I am such a big advocate of volunteering, and so many of these people do it, and that's why Gilroy is such a wonderful community. So join us this evening in honoring our 2014 Spice of Life Awards, and so we're gonna bring up the first person. And this is the man of the year, the man who brought all of his relatives and many others here tonight, Don D. Lorenzo. Oh my goodness. So he has got such a long history of serving the community. Oh, I give up, I surrender. About this man. He knows how to play golf. He knows how to cook. Are you available? Are you single? You know
Tonight, yes.
Tonight, okay. He knows how, well, I don't need this part. Bait a fish hook but for the development disabled. That's wonderful. This man gives back all the time. So let's just watch a short video. It seems like you all know Don, but let's see what his life is all about.
My name is Don DiLorenzo. Evidently a Man of the Year for 2014, and pretty proud of that. Born and raised and lived in Gilroy all my life, so makes it a very, very special thing to me. I feel like I have a little bit of an advantage maybe over some people in the fact that working at Gilroy Golf Course, we have so many groups and organizations that come out there to use the golf course for their fundraising efforts via golf tournaments. So I get to work with people, you know, on a yearly basis that are doing such great things in the community. You know, Gilroy Therapeutic Recreation, St. Joseph's Family Center, Operation Freedom Paws, Air for Paws, just you name it. We've got, you know, 15 or 20 different events during the year that people are raising money to give to, their organization. And, the golf course is there for them, and the golf tournaments are a vehicle for them to do that. And I feel that it's, I'm very fortunate that they come to me and we're able to facilitate that. The program that I'm involved in now, First Tee, is just a fabulous program where we have core values that we teach to these children, along with the golf skills. It's just kind of intermixed in there. It's, so to speak, I always say that we're like tricking them into the core values while they're learning how to play golf: responsibility, respect, courtesy, confidence, judgment, integrity. All these things are part of the lesson that we will teach on a weekly basis, and we'll tie that in with a golf skill. When I was a junior golfer growing up in Gilroy, I felt like I didn't quite have the fair shake when I was out at Gilroy Golf Course, and I was always saying that if I had a chance, that I was going to do something about it, and I was given the chance, so that's what I'm doing.
Thank you very much. Everybody hear me all right? All right. When Mark Turner told me of this date of February the 8th for this event, I was thinking to myself, that's the same weekend as the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And if I were to get invited, we were going to have quite a dilemma. But for the 30th straight year, my invitation got lost in the mail, so here I am. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate the very, very deserving award winners tonight. Pinnacle Bank, Fertino Winery, Community Solutions, Joanne, Kai, Lisa, Paul Fox, all examples of what is great about Gilroy. And I'd like to share a story about one of our winners. It was the late 1980s. I was petitioning for membership in the PGA of America, and one of the items that the PGA required to me to turn into my board of directors was a resume. And my resume needed some help. So I went in the yellow pages, and for you under 30, that's what we used to do before Google came around. And I found a resume service, and a young woman said, yeah, come on down, and I'll take care of it. A couple days later, she called me and said, Don, it's ready, and I picked up my resume. It was perfect, it was professional, I didn't even recognize it anymore. That young woman was our Woman of the Year, Susan Valenta. Susan, it's ironic how our paths have crossed, but great how it happened. I'm proud and honored to be your 2014 Man of the Year. And I'm especially proud of where I live. Gilroy is synonymous with giving. All we have to do is look out here at tonight, and you see hundreds and hundreds of the most generous and giving people, either by word or by deed. And I say to myself, that's Gilroy. I was raised by my parents in Gilroy, who taught me to give back to my community. My father spearheaded a drive to raise money for the first electronic scoreboard at Gilroy High School football stadium. And my mother used to take me around the neighborhood collecting box tops so that we could raise money for a student in my school that needed medical attention. And I hope that I've taught my children to do the same. I'm reminded by running into Sam and Dave Bozo. Christmas Eve, leaving Nob Hill, and Sam had all of his grandchildren in tow. They had just cashed in all of the coin that they had collected during the year. And no, they weren't going to the toy store for personal rewards. Sam was taking them to the Salvation Army and to St. Joseph's and to the animal shelter to give back. And I said to myself, yep, that's Gilroy. Outside my work at the golf course, I'm proud to announce basketball games for the Gilroy High School Mustangs, to MC the Garlic Festival cook-off stage, MC the Association for the Developmentally Disabled dinner dances, auctioneer at St. Joseph's dinner, as well as with my partner Jimmy Habing, the Gilroy Foundation Day in the Country auctioneer. And these last two events raised over $75,000 this year due to the generosity of this town, and I may say largely this room, but once again, that's Gilroy. And in closing, I'd like to thank my herd, my family and friends for coming tonight to support not only me, but all of the recipients. I want to especially thank my children, Daniel, Bria, Vinny, and my wife, Mia, for being supportive and often working right by my side. When I told Mia of my award, she was excited, but she always keeps me grounded by saying, "Oh, famous one, it's Tuesday night, time to take out the garbage." Lastly, to the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce for this recognition and for all that you do for us for the year. You know, I was born in the community of Gilroy. I was raised in the town of Gilroy. I live in the city of Gilroy. And may we enjoy our growth, but never ever lose our small town charm, because quite frankly, that is Gilroy. Thank you.
All right. So now we got the Woman of the Year, and her name is Susan Valenta, and I know you all know her in this room. And Susan, what do we say about Susan? Because this paragraph is not enough. She's an accomplished leader who has served the community of Gilroy for over 2 decades. That sounds longer than 20 years, doesn't it? 2 decades. She's president and CEO of the Chamber of Commerce for over 20 years. Unbelievable. Inspired others to lead and serve in ways that they never thought possible. She was recently chosen by the Silicon Valley Business Journal as one of the 100 most influential women of Silicon Valley. I mean, what do we have? We have 1 million people in San Jose, and you're 100 in the 100 most influential women of Silicon Valley. So let's watch a little bit about Susan with her video, and then we'll bring her on up here.
My name is Susan Valenta. I'm the former president and CEO of the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce. I was with the Chamber for, in total, about 24 years, and I'm currently what's called a district governor nominee. So I'll become a district governor for Rotary in July 1st, 2015. I had the opportunity of being able to work with incredible volunteer leaders. My success has only been as a direct result of all those folks that came forward, dedicated their time, their resources, their energies, their talents, and they really dedicated it to help Gilroy be a better place to live and work. So for my success, it's that dedicated leadership that really helped me out. And this is a prime opportunity for me to tell them, thank you so very, very much. It has made my life really enriched, and I believe has contributed greatly to the community. The Chamber's grown, but you know, the Chamber has been in Gilroy for a really long time, and there's always been a high degree of participation. But when I look at the folks that have participated, the businesses, I do see a lot of businesses that have gained the benefits of all the work that's been done. It has been things like our legislative advocacy to keep the cost of doing business low and affordable. I come from a family business background. I watched my parents develop a business, and that's really where my heart's at, because I watched the risks they had to take, the way that they had to provide for a family, how they would put in a full day and still have all these things to take care of at home. That's what happens with businesses, and those are the folks that we go to ask for contributions for our nonprofit organizations. Those are the folks that are collecting the sales tax and transient occupancy taxes. Those are the folks that are investing in infrastructure, that are investing in their buildings and providing jobs for folks in the community. Businesses make such a tremendous contribution to the overall health and well-being of a community. So, you know, that's really been an inspiration for me and really a driving force for what I've done in my work. Thank you very much. This is an incredible honor, but with that, it's very humbling. There have been so many people who've been recognized for these awards They've done so many great things. I congratulate all of those who have come before and those who are being acknowledged this evening. It is a tremendous honor, and I thank you very, very much. For me, this is only a beginning. I feel so strongly about civic engagement. It makes a difference in the individual. It makes a difference in the community. It makes a difference in our world. It is absolutely intoxicating to be able to give back to the community. And I know as I look around the room, you all give many, many times over. For me, it's only just begun. There's still much that I would like to do. There's two passions in my life. It's always been that way. The first and foremost has been my family, and the second is service. I'd like to just take a moment and introduce my family. And just so I wouldn't forget anybody, I wrote my notes. My son, Jason. Granddaughters, McKenna and Morgan Valenta. And Jason's guest, Michelle Liette. My son and his wife, Aaron and Dina Valenta. My granddaughter, their daughter, Shelley Valenta. Shelley's brother's at UC Davis, and he wasn't able to be here this evening, but a product of Gilroy Schools. My daughter, Michelle Lozano. And my granddaughter, Haley Lozano. Michelle's husband and my grandson, Daniel, are driving around San Juan Oaks because he has a little virus. Also joining me this evening is my niece, Tiffany Rodriguez Sarkeesian. Her daughter, Sophia Rodriguez. And Tiffany's guest, Julian Sandoval. And of course, my partner of 44 years, Tom Valenta. As I mentioned, my second passion is service. There's still a lot to be done throughout our communities, both within our communities and our surrounding areas. And you are going to see me at the table because it's intoxicating to be there. I want to thank you so very much. This is a tremendous honor, and what more can I say? It's so wonderful to be here and to have you all be joining in this, my family. Thank you.
Large Business of the Year is made up of very special people. Pinnacle Bank. And it's anchored right in Gilroy. But as I said, I see them all over the place. Unbelievable. Locally owned community bank, the only bank headquartered in southern Santa Clara County. Pinnacle Bank invests in this region, contributing to over 45 community organizations. And their commitment to this community makes this business so great. Take a peek at this video, you'll see what we're talking about.
My name is Susan Black. I'm the president and CEO of Pinnacle Bank, headquartered in Gilroy. The bank was really started, it was a groundswell of support where there was a lot of consolidation in the banking industry, and local businesses were coming to two of the CPAs that became founders of our bank, and were saying, we need a local bank. We need a bank that's focused right here in Gilroy. And out of that grew a group of 60 organizers, and I was one of those organizers who put together the seed money for the bank, and we then started Pinnacle about a year later. When we founded the bank 7 years ago, the local community leaders who were involved in organizing the bank wanted to build a bank that provided the best banking experience ever, but was also the bank of choice for our clients, our investors, and our employees, and was a strong pillar of the community. So we remain very committed to that vision. Our board of directors and our staff are all involved. In 2013, our staff members provided over 2,300 hours of volunteer community service to our organizations. So when our communities thrive and prosper, the bank thrives and prospers.
The Pinnacle Bank story is really a hometown story of what Gilroy can achieve. So I'll take you back 9 years. About 9 years ago, there was a groundswell of opinion that we needed a bank in our community that was locally based and that responded to all of our citizens' needs and could make decisions quickly because we were right here in the community. So out of that seed being planted, our founders, and many of you are in the room tonight, in fact, Kai Lai being honored is one of our founders. Thank you, Kai. So out of that seed that was planted, our founders were very committed to developing a bank that was a good corporate citizen and that was the bank of choice. And the bank of choice for our clients, the bank of choice for our employees, the bank of choice for our investors, and out of that developed Pinnacle Bank. So tonight, I am just really honored to accept this award on behalf of our fantastic team of professional bankers. We hire the best, and we have wonderful bankers to just say thank you so much on behalf of everybody, the management, our board of directors, our advisors, and our staff, and many of them are here tonight. But we are honored and we appreciate this. Thank you. So I always think that I have to make a disclosure when I talk about this winery because I know the family, sort of. I know them a lot better than they know me. You all know them, Fortino Winery. I love the Fortino family. I never really knew the story, but in 1970, the Fortino family bought a vineyard that was first planted in the 30s. So yeah, 1970. So they're newbies. 1970, they're youngins. Since then, though, Fortino Winery has become an award-winning winery, a premier event center, and a community-minded small business. And under Gino Fortino's leadership, this small business has made a huge impact. So let's watch the video.
My name is Terry Fortino, and I'm co-owner of Fortino Winery.
My name is Gino Fortino, and I've been at the winery since 1987 full-time.
My parents came from Italy. They were both immigrants from Italy. And my brother Gino and I worked in the winery from the time we were very, very small.
Growing up at the winery, there was always something that we needed to keep the business going. And after my parents retired, we decided to take over and keep it going, keep the legacy going.
I believe that because of the fact that we have lived in this community for so many years and we almost feel as though this is our ancestral community as well, that it's important for us to give back.
The passion that drives me day to day is it's something different every day. So one day you could be making wines, the next day you're bottling wines, the next day you have a wedding. So you don't have the monotony of the same thing all the time. You're not in a cubicle, you're always outside. This is our community, and we have been here since probably 60 years now. When my family immigrated, they all immigrated to Gilroy. And we actually had family here before that too. So, you know, our kids are growing up here, our families are all growing up here. None of us have left. We've always stayed here. So, you know, this is part of our you know, existence.
We really are focused on creating an opportunity for the next generation so that we can keep our legacy alive.
So I'd like to thank everybody. This has been an honor recognizing Fortina Winery.
Gino,
all right,
hold it up.
I'm here now.
Talking to her.
So since 1970, when the winery was established, my family dedicated their life to this business through hard work and commitment. I feel that our ongoing success can be contributed to the award-winning wines and local following that we have, and the great supportive staff that truly makes us the next generation of fun. Like Debbie and Dawn, and my wife Jill, and Terry, and all the family that helps us all the time. In the 55 years that my family has called Gilroy our home, we have seen the city grow. And for the last 44 years, Fortina Winery has grown with it and changed through innovation and the creation of our event center, while recognizing our beginnings, our Italian beginnings. And then my sister's going to talk a little bit now, so I'm done.
I told him I would let him have a few words, of course. And my brother, he's a wonderful man. He is jack of all trades, MacGyver. It's certainly what it takes to make a business grow and succeed, and we're really, really proud to be a part of the Gilroy fabric, because we've been here a long, long time. We're proud to contribute and to dedicate our time and efforts to improving this community. And we're also very proud of the possibility of perhaps our children taking over one day and following through with our legacy as well. But we just want to say cheers to all of you. Thank you so much for this honor. It certainly is appreciated. And come by and see us at the winery.
Fortina Winery, Gino and Terry. I love Community Solutions, and I'm so excited that you are Nonprofit of the Year. Community Solutions has done so much and made not just a contribution, but a profound contribution to your community. Their focus is on creating opportunities for children, for families, for individuals to rediscover hope and build new lives. And they just don't say it, they do it. And when you see these people come back and show what they have done with their lives, that's when you give your big thanks to Community Solutions. So let's take a peek at the video before we bring up Aaron.
Community Solutions has grown because of the needs that the community has and the growth that the community has seen. We were seeing that starting as a teen drop-in center, then we saw that the families needed so much more support services, counseling services, and so each time a new need emerged in the community, then we developed programs and responded to that need and found the funding and grew from there. One of our biggest challenges always is seeing a need emerge that nobody is responding to and there's no funding for it. So most recently, what we were seeing more and more are what's called commercially sexually exploited children. So these are kids that are being put out on the street and prostituted and then arrested, and were being really just served as juvenile offenders rather than as victims. And so our challenge was really developing programs so that we could serve them as the victims that they are, get them the support, get them out of that system, and then find the funding. And ideally, the funding will come before the programs, but the need doesn't always allow that to happen. And so we really do make sure that we provide the need and the services for the clients, and then we build the programs from there. And those are challenges that we've had many times over the years, but that's also how the agency has grown tremendously over the years. Our hearts get broken every day at work. As we hear the stories of our clients, we see their struggles, the pain, the suffering. Sometimes it's unimaginable horror that they've had to endure. And so it really is so difficult. Yet the rewarding part is that we're able to walk that journey with them and provide the opportunities and the services and the support and really the belief in them that they can and will make changes in their lives. So we see women that are able to escape violence and build healthy and violence-free lives for them and their children. And we see adults living with serious mental illness like schizophrenia being able to be part of the community and live independently and live with dignity, and seeing youth that have been in the juvenile justice system really make those changes and make positive decisions for themselves and go from that system to an education or a college system. And just seeing the triumphs that when our clients walk through our doors, that they are facing the greatest and most serious challenges. They're at their lowest point, and yet we have the privilege of walking with them and experiencing with them their greatest triumphs. And that's what keeps us coming back every day.
So thank you so much. And as Lisa said, my name is Erin O'Brien. I'm the President and CEO of Community Solutions, and it is my absolute privilege to be able to accept this award tonight on behalf of the agency, the board, and our staff. And first, I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for this honor, because it truly is an honor, and I have to say it's an amazing year to get it, because when I think about the other honorees and the individuals and the businesses and what they contribute to Gilroy, we are in wonderful company. So thank you to the Chamber, and congratulations to all of the other honorees. Thanks. As I was thinking about my remarks for this evening, I realized that many of the people here know what Community Solutions is about and know what we do. And many of you have been very long-time supporters of the agency, for which we are profoundly grateful. But others may not be familiar with us. And I thought about how to succinctly put what Community Solutions is and what we do, because when people ask us what we do, it's kind of challenging sometimes to answer because of the breadth of the programs that we have. We have at Community Solutions over 40 distinctly different programs. And so when people ask the questions and we start listing this laundry list, it really isn't answering the question. And then when we think about who we serve, does that really say who we are? And it's, so as Lisa shared with you on the video, it's women and children fleeing from domestic violence, and adults and children with mental health challenges, and kids in the juvenile justice system, and we're trying to get them out of gangs. And that doesn't really do it either. But I think what Lisa touched on is really what it is, because what Community Solutions is about is responding to the needs of the community. Because that's why we're here, is to hear from the community, think about what the needs are, and to be able to meet people's needs when they're at their most vulnerable and their most needy. And I think that as we've been doing this for over, actually 41 years now, Community Solutions has been in existence. And we've grown a lot over that time. From a teen drop-in center, we actually now have 195 employees. We serve over 10,000 people a year. We've served over the last 21 years, which is as long as we've been keeping records, over 230,000 people. We've grown, and we've done it basically through, as Lisa said, responding to what the community needs are. And so we're very fortunate to be able to do it. We feel profoundly, it's my big word tonight, profound. And I think it really is. It touches our heart to be able to do what we do in partnership with you, in partnership with our clients. And in partnership with other community-based organizations, with our system partners. Lisa gave the example of when we're working with kids who have been commercially sexually exploited. We were doing the services for a while, and then we went and saw our amazing District 1 Board of Supervisor, Mike Wasserman, and said, there's a real need here, and the county needs to step up to the plate and make sure that these kids are served, and he did so. So thank you for you. What Community Solutions does is responds to the needs, we create opportunities, we change lives, and we do it because of the support of all of you in this room tonight. So when Lisa wasn't able to be here tonight because she's out of town, she reminded me of the adage of public speaking of be brief, be brilliant, be gone. So I'm hoping if I wrap up and sit down quickly, I can get 2 of the 3. So I'm just going to reiterate my thanks to the Chamber for this honor, to the community and many of you for helping support us, to our partners, our fellow community-based organizations, and our government partners, to the board for their guidance, to the staff for their commitment, passion, and skills, most importantly, to our clients for inspiring us every single day, and to the city of Gilroy and the community of Gilroy for allowing us to call you home. Thank you. Thank you, Erin O'Brien, Community Solutions. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, we all have a passion for this, whether or not we know it, education, because it's one reason why we're all here today. And this year, a fabulous educator of the year has been chosen, Joanne Carollo. And Joanne brings a fresh approach to educating our youth, and the results are absolutely amazing. The efforts put forth by Joanne have directly contributed to a decrease in the district dropout rate and an increase in the graduation rate. That's what you want. Let's take a peek at the video about Joanne.
My name is Joanne Carollo, and I've been teaching in Gilroy Unified for 36 years. This is my 37th year of teaching. I think that what drives me to be the educator that I am is that I have an interest in learning. I'm kind of curious about all the different strategies that can be used to help people learn, and I think with the curiosity comes the idea that, you know, if I help them, that I get something out of it too, which is self-satisfaction. But I think I really care about people, and I really want to see students, especially the students that I have now, who maybe don't have all the opportunities that maybe other students have to be successful. I think there are so many changes in society and technology that a teacher has to be a lifelong learner to be successful. You know, when I first started teaching, the idea is that you kept your class quiet and they sat there and did their work, and that was a sign of a good teacher. But I think now we realize that, you know, that isn't always the way that it is. One thing that I think I would tell new teachers is that you aren't just teaching knowledge, that you're teaching individuals. You're teaching them how to learn, which is a skill that they'll need for life. And that involves being positive and being caring and being really dedicated, because teaching can be a lot of fun and a lot of enjoyment and a ton of self-satisfaction that you get from it, and to really enjoy the journey, because it can be a great career.
Thank you. You know, it hasn't seemed that long, but 36 just sounds forever. Wow, okay. Actually, I've been very lucky in my career. I've been able to do what I love. I've had a lot of opportunities presented to me, and I've been part of a lot of startups. And that is, I've been able to start up some new curriculum and being able to start up new programs. We've done a lot in Gilroy Unified. I think a lot of people don't realize that. We started some things at Gilroy High School, some heterogeneous grouping, and we were actually the first high school in the whole Bay Area to do that. We were able to start new programs, such as independent study programs at the school I'm at currently, which is Mount Madonna. So there really is, you know, a lot going on in the school district. And so it's really made teaching really enjoyable for me. But you know, there are a lot of teachers in Gilroy Unified who could be up here tonight, because they do give a lot of their time and effort to being up to doing the kinds of things that will help students learn. They work daily at helping students get to top-notch universities. They help unmotivated students find value in education, and they teach English to those who don't even know, you know, the language. And they work on weekends, they work at night, they work during vacations, and a lot of them do it very quietly and with little fanfare. So sometimes when I hear people, talk about teachers, and usually not in a positive way, I think, do they really know what we're doing? So I'd invite all of you to come and to join us in Gilroy Unified and to help out, because you are many of the more active people in the community, and we'd love to have you join us. There's benefits from it. Ask Kai Lai, he's there, every day at Mount Madonna. We appreciate that. And so I think that would be the message that I'd like to convey to all of you today. Really, there's a lot going on, a lot of positive things going on in your school district. And finally, I'd like to thank some people. The first I'd like to thank is Jennifer Del Bono, who's the principal of Mount Madonna and who nominated me. And it really is nice to be recognized. I'd also like to thank, really, she deserves it. I'd also like to thank the Chamber for selecting me. And I'd like to thank my friends and colleagues through the years, especially those at Mount Madonna, because they really inspire me. And it may seem that after 36 years there isn't much inspiration left, but there really is. And a big thank you to Kai Lai and also to Community Solutions. They do so much to help students really achieve what they can in life and overcome just immeasurable obstacles. And lastly, and a big thanks to my husband, Jesus. He's always been a good sport, even when he got drafted into doing things for school, even though he didn't always volunteer. I volunteered him. And he's been a huge help at home too. And I would not have been able to have this rewarding and fulfilling career if it wasn't for his help. So thank you. Thanks to everybody.
The poor spouses, always the last to be thanked. No, Joanne, come back here. Come back here. And as the mother of a kindergarten teacher, I know exactly what you do every day, and it's unbelievable. Joanne Carolla, excellent. Well, we've heard this man's name mentioned a few times already. Volunteer of the Year now, the Furman B. Vuris Volunteer of the Year, Kai Lai. And I don't think I need to say anything. I think you've all heard about him for the last hour or so. This man does it all, it seems like. Great long history of involvement in this community of Gilroy, especially in the area of helping and mentoring young people. Let's watch the video.
To see their face and the delight when they learn something new, that is something that's very hard to describe, but you can see the eyes lit up when they learn something new. So that seems to give me the best reward and things that I can do is to know that they enjoy and they want to talk to me. And so that's one of the things that I feel very proud to be able to talk to them. Volunteerism is somewhat of a necessity because we have to participate in school activity, participate in a Boy Scout, certain clubs that my daughter and my son belong to, and we participate in those, whether we want to or not. Is something that we felt we are obligated to do so. But right now, having been a retired person, I can pick the project I enjoy doing and spend the time and dedication that I want to. My inspiration are teachers, my family, definitely, my friends, and also the many volunteer to make Gilroy. Gilroy is a community of volunteers, and I am inspired because I want to be part of that team to make Gilroy the community that we are today.
I'd like to thank the Chamber for
giving me this award, but I really think that this award should be given to all the people who give me an opportunity to serve as a volunteer when I was working and when I retired. I mean, it just, like the Rotary Club had given me a lot of chance to volunteer, the Exchange Club, and in particular, I'd like to thank the city to give me the opportunity to serve on the Planning Commission, that I think that I can do some good with what, how to plan for the city for the next 20 years, and definitely for the school district for allowing me to participate in helping students who really need some help. And in particular, like Mount Madonna, I'd like to thank Jennifer Del Bono for her opportunity for me to do things and the staff of Mount Madonna, and for Advanced Path, and for Gilroy Education, for college, the GECA program in Gatlin. I really like to thank them for the opportunity to serve. And in particular, I'd like to thank my family for the support and encouragement. Our two children, Scott and Christy, and my sister, Lenora, and my wife, who is a retired teacher, who really was a great help for me, because I really don't know how to talk to kids. She is a retired teacher, and she really gave me the method how to communicate with kids. And it's the biggest reward that I can think of, is to see a kid's face light up when something that we have talked about and they understand. It's something that I think is the biggest reward. And so, and I always like to tell them, because I like to teach them why, how to solve a problem, and not just a how. And my closing remark is there's always many jobs for people who know how, working for people who know why. So thank you for the award, and I think this award should go to the team, not just me. It's a team effort. Thank you very much.
So we've got another volunteer of the year. I know this woman, Facebook friend, Lisa Faria. You all know Lisa. So Lisa serves on the chamber board. We saw her earlier. She's a chamber ambassador. Is that what they call you? A chamber ambassador? And she volunteers with every charitable organization there is. The chamber appreciates their volunteers and credits their success to the organization because of this most important resource, their members, people like Lisa Faria. So let's watch her video. Let's watch her story.
Hi, I'm Lisa Casera Faria. It's funny because I don't know that I am a part of this organizations or helping others to help others. I think what happens is I see a need, I want to make a change, and I help others to achieve that. I don't typically just get involved and say, oh, I'm going to make a big change, but I know I can help, be part of a team, and help others to make a change. If I were going to talk to people, members of the chamber, about the membership of the chamber, getting involved and benefits of it, I would say start with joining a committee, whether it be government or whether it be an ambassador committee or the Partner Connect program. Get involved, you'll get a taste of what there is, and then you'll find where you want to continue to grow. And the benefits are unbelievable. The connections that you make, of course, most of the people involved in chamber are business people. So ideally, we want to grow our business. However, once you meet people, you now have lifelong friends and connections to all kinds of things in the community. I would definitely like to share with everybody here at the event that find what makes you tick so that you can help make our community a better place. Find your passion, and it's really not that hard as much as some people think it is. Find your passion and go for it, because all of us together make a way better community to live in for all of us.
I really have nothing else to say because I haven't seen the tape yet, and it says everything I was going to say. So I do want to say that when people ask me, as many of you may or may not know, I'm a realtor, and people will ask me, what is it about Gilroy? And I'll say, always, I say, the people, because the people are amazing, and a lot of you are sitting right here, amazing group of people. And I am a truly blessed woman. I have a great family and friends, many are who are here. I have a husband who not only supports me, but seems to like the roller coaster ride that we're on of all the events and everything, and that's great fun. And really what I wanted to say, which is exactly what I did just say on the tape, is, you know what, find your passion. Every one of us has the time, the talent, and the resources to make a difference in this community. We don't think we do, especially when it comes to the talents, but we do. Every one of us can make a change in this world, maybe a little piece at a time, and I just encourage you to find that, make a change, and live the truly rich life that I do live. And I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for this award. And join a committee. Join a committee. Lisa Faria. You know, it's funny, and I think a lot of you are probably like me. If I'm in a room of people and I've got older people and younger people, I gravitate to the younger people. I love to talk to young people. They are our leaders of tomorrow. I know we say that all the time, but it is so true, and this is such a special award. The Board of Directors has started the Youth Leadership Award. First time this year, it's a new thing. And it's in honor of someone who exemplifies leadership for many years in Gilroy. But they're young. And from this point forward, from this day on, and you're part of the first year of this, the Youth Leadership Award is going to have this person's name. And I don't think this person knows. I'm not going to say red stand up, blue stand up. Susan Valenta. So Susan, this is now called the Susan Valenta Youth Leadership Award. And we're going to have you come up here. The 2014 Susan Valenta Youth Leadership Award is, does Susan do this or do I get to do this? I continue to talk. Thank you very much. Tell that to Sam all the time. So the Susan, but he's not as nice about it as you are. So the Susan Valenta Youth Leadership Award this year is Paul Fox, who happens to be a senior at Gilroy High School. Paul recently got an athletic scholarship, and he's going to this little tiny school. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called Stanford. You heard of that school? Okay, so he's not only going to Stanford. He got into Stanford. He's on an athletic scholarship. This kid, Paul Fox, is something else. And if you don't believe me, watch this video.
I'm Paul Fox. I'm a senior at Gilroy High School. Well, first off, my dad put me and my brother in wrestling when we were small, young kids, and we just started getting better at it. We would help each other get better, and like by middle school, I would say, we realized that was our best sport, so that was the sport we wanted to do in high school. So, my hero's my older brother, because ever since we were little, I always strived to be like him. He was always better than me at everything. And so he just pushed me to work harder and help me, realize my full potential. Well, my parents, they help me manage my time. So I can't stay up too late just doing whatever. I have to finish my homework first. I gotta, do everything I have to do. And my coach, he's a big deal too. Just wrestling-wise, helps me manage everything basically. I was excited. It was very exciting. Like the most exciting news I've had all year, because Stanford was my #1 choice to go to college, and and I know it's like one of the best universities in the country, and like has like the best academics, a good athletic program, and it's close to home. So it was exciting.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Chamber of Commerce. It is a great honor that I received this award tonight. I wish to thank the Chamber of Commerce for selecting me with the Susan Valenta Youth Leadership Award. I also want to thank my family, Dr. Marco Sanchez, sitting somewhere over there, Coach Greg Varela, Miss A, sitting right there, and the entire Gilroy wrestling community for all their support throughout my high school career. But most of my community service revolves around wrestling and helping like the community in like the Garlic Festival, the Gilroy Garlic Festival. We help clean up trash, and yeah, it's disgusting. Let's see. I also do other things, like I help little kids after practice, after a really hard practice, and I stay and help them out because it's really rewarding to teach them, and like they look up to me. It's really rewarding to. What was I gonna say?
Just say you're going to Stanford.
I'm going to Stanford. But just to see them reach their full potential, it's really satisfying. So it was great. And to me, it just wasn't about earning community service hours for graduation. The minimum is 80 hours. I have over 160, so I just, I wasn't aware of how much I'd done. The hours just kept adding up and up. And I would just like to say that I'm honored to be a part of this Gilroy community, and I want to make them proud of calling me one of their own. I plan to continue to keep doing more stuff for the community after high school because, being a good citizen does not end after graduation. And I would just like to add that me and two other of my teammates, named Victor Olmos and Isaiah Loxon, they also got accepted into Stanford. So, yeah, it's a big deal. And while we're there, we hope to represent the Gilroy community as best we can. So, thank you again for this award. It's really been an honor.
Where are Paul's parents? Now everybody's standing. Where's Paul's parents? Amazing. Go over here and get your trophy. So you know what? The end of the evening is near, and I hope you all had a fabulous time. And if we could just thank a few people again for making this evening so special, all of you, of course. And I gotta tell you, I MC a lot of events, and I don't think I've ever had a crowd listen like all of you. You're just wonderful tonight, truly, truly.
Before Lisa wraps up the evening, I do have one quick thing to hand to Lisa.
Oh my God.
We want to thank, didn't Lisa do a great job tonight? Let's give it for Lisa. Lisa, on behalf of the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, we have a gift basket for you. And one of the things in here really is sort of a prize is it's the Garlic Festival bobblehead.
Oh, I've always wanted one!
And it actually looks like the Garlic Festival Association President, Brian Bowe. It's got the shirt, the hair looks the same. I mean, it's really a keepsake. So we wanted to present this to you and say thank you so much for being here and participating in our event tonight. So I'll hand it back to you and let you wrap it up. Thank you.
Mark and I go back many years. I'm always excited when he asks me to do something. So let's just thank Pinnacle Bank for taking care of the reception tonight, Fortino Winery for that fabulous champagne, Solis Winery for our lovely dinner wine, San Juan Oaks Golf Club, the food was amazing tonight, the service was great. Info Power Communications, the presentation's been great. Larry McArts, well, we don't know if we're thanking you for the pictures or not until we see them on Monday. Where's Larry? Larry, you look like you were doing a great job, though. I'm sure the pictures are fabulous, although I won't like mine. Community Media Access Partnership, CMAP, and the CMAP crew for the outstanding videography. The stories were wonderful. And the Chamber and the EDC staff. And let's see, I have another page. Oh, and we got, okay, we had the card game, we have our winner. So let's congratulate you again. You haven't already spent it, have you? Where'd she go? Christina White? Wyatt. Christina Wyatt. We'll be waiting for you at your car. What are you driving? So thank you all for attending tonight's program. I hope you had a fabulous time. And in honor of our Man and Woman of the Year, and the Small and Large Business of the Year, and the Educator of the Year, and the Nonprofit of the Year, and the Volunteer of the Year, and the Susan Valenta Youth Leadership Recipient, who's going to Stanford. Thank you so much. One more time, please give them all a round of applause. As we celebrate the 61st anniversary of this fabulous Gilroy Chamber of Commerce, it's the Gilroy Spice of Life Awards, and to our people, our community, and our businesses, thank you so much.